What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Legend Bowl video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be starting a new series. We're going to be doing Legend Bowl experiments. Now I have another video planned for next week probably. So as you guys saw last week, I ended up doing kind of testing the simulation on the 15-minute quarters and everything like that to see how realistic the stats were compared to the real NFL stats, and that was a pretty interesting video, and I thought that was a lot of fun to do. So I decided to make every player on one team. We had decided to use the Arizona Scorpions and make everybody a 99 overall to see how crazy the stats would come out if we ended up doing this. So we're going to sim halfway through the season, check out the stats then, and then sim all the way through the season. And I imagine we won't lose a game, but I'm interested to see how many points we end up scoring and how many points we allow. See if we end up losing. I imagine we won't lose a game, but to see how many points we end up giving up and see how many touchdowns the quarterback will end up throwing. I imagine he's going to throw a lot. As we check here halfway through the year, this is about, I think it's 8 games in, or I guess 7 because we had a bye. So we're checking out the stats, and as you guys can see here, our quarterback has 63 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So he already broke the passing touchdowns record in the NFL, has over 3,500 yards passing. So pretty crazy start to the year for our quarterback, and pretty crazy. So I imagine there's a chance he could throw over 120 touchdowns, which would be absolutely insane. I don't expect us to be leading the league in rushing, which wouldn't be surprising. I imagine we're passing the ball a lot more. You guys can see our top guy has 341 yards on the ground, but I did see just now that he was injured, so that could be why he is not going to be at the top. And I imagine we're going to be spreading the ball around a lot. I'm going to go more in depth and show you guys our team stats at some point during the video, but I imagine a lot of our guys are getting catches and a lot of yards and touchdowns, so it's not going to be one guy who just is at the top compared to every other team in the league. But we do have 5 interceptions as our top quarterback. Pretty insane there. But we're going to go over some of the player stats. So 63 touchdowns, 5 picks. Again, I think our running back was injured, as you guys saw there, so he probably isn't playing a lot. And then receiving, a lot of players are getting catches. We have 5 players almost over 400 yards, which is insane. And lots of touchdowns, as you guys can see. 2 guys with double-digit touchdowns, but just a crazy start. So we're going to sim all the way through. We'll check out the playoff picture. 7-0. Guys can see we have given up 0 points so far on the year, which is absolutely crazy. A little bit surprising. I thought we'd give up a touchdown here or there, but we are going to end up simming through the rest of the year, and you guys can see our quarterback ends up throwing 127 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and over 8,200 yards with 151.2 rating. That is absolutely insane. Crazy stats. 127 touchdowns is insane, but you can see some of the stats in here are pretty crazy. 72 touchdowns, 69, 65, pretty crazy there. So 3 other players broke the NFL passing touchdowns record, and a couple players threw over 20 touchdowns. Our running back ended up having 1,200 yards and leading the league in rushing touchdowns with 15. Did have 5 fumbles, so that was a little surprising. And again, with the receiving, I don't expect us to have a #1 receiver, but top of the league right there with 12 and 20 touchdowns, so not too bad. But you guys can see we had 3 players in the top 10 or top 5 for receiving touchdowns as well. So pretty crazy there. Sacks leading as well with 6, and then interceptions, we had someone with 9, and then also 7 as well. So 16 interceptions between 2 guys. Absolutely insane. I wish I checked forced fumbles for this one. The next episode, which I'll give away the hint, we'll be doing a 0 overall team, or I guess a 1 overall team. You guys can check there on the ground. 15 touchdowns, not bad at all, but 5 fumbles, a little surprising. Didn't think they'd fumble. We had over 3 players with 1,000 yards. 2 of them were 1,200, and 4 players in double-digit touchdowns. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, next week will be the 1 overall experiment to see how bad we end up doing. And I actually just recorded that before I ended up coming on to do the commentary for this. So those stats are pretty insane as well. So those will be interesting to see and get that video out for you guys as well. But a ton of fun to check out some of these experiments. If you guys have any other ideas, leave them down in the comment section. That would be greatly appreciated. I'd love to see some interesting ideas that you guys have for some experiments that we could do on the team. I imagine it would be pretty cool to put these teams against each other to see how many points this 99 overall team could end up putting up. So maybe that's something I could try to do, sim, or we could watch the game even, or something like that, just to see how many points this team could genuinely put up in a 15-minute quarter game. But you can check out some of the stats here. They are absolutely crazy. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense, but we had number 8 special teams. I imagine we probably... I actually don't know. I don't know why we're number 8. Someone probably beat us out somehow, but I'm kind of surprised how we aren't number 1 across the board. But I guess that is okay, and that will have to do. But some of the stats here, some of the stats looking pretty crazy. I actually kind of surprised we didn't have a better third down completion percentage. Was that I didn't even see the percentage. It ran by my screen too fast, but pretty crazy. Ton of fun there. Most red zone attempts and touchdowns as well. Pretty crazy. It's so fun to see that some of these stats, they end up coming out pretty insane. Kind of almost like breaking the game in a way just by coming up with some of these crazy stats. But yeah, if you guys have any more suggestions for some experiments that we can do on Legend Bowl, I'd love to hear from you guys and see what we can do and kind of how we can break this game. And see what crazy things we can have happen. So the Zero overall team will be coming out next week. And then maybe the week after that, I'll try to pit these two teams against each other. And maybe we'll see and watch that game and see how crazy those stats come out too as well. I'm gonna end up showing you guys the standings. We end up allowing 30 points the entire year. A little under 1,000 points scored. So pretty insane to see those stats as well. And then we're going to end up simming through the playoffs as well. So we can see we'll probably end up winning. We end up giving, I forget how many, I couldn't even see. But we'll go through some of the playoffs after we sim through this round. Sim the divisional round, we end up winning 48-6. Fairly close, 42-point game. A little bit closer than I expected. We allowed 18 points. So in 2 games, that's 24 points that we have allowed. We actually have a bye in the wildcard round. I don't know why I thought we had a game. But we're going to obviously win this game. You guys can check out here. Scorpions are proud to say they're champions. We win 72-0, but we allowed 24 points in the playoffs when we allowed 30 points all year. So that's pretty crazy stats. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like I said, any more suggestions for experiments, leave them down in the comment section. I like doing these. Tons of fun for me, and I hope it is a ton of fun for you guys to watch as well. But without further ado, I'm going to end this one off. I will see you guys next week with the 1 or 0 overall team simulation, and we'll see how crazy that turns out to be as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in next week's video. See you guys.